Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. Hope you're all staying safe out there. We'll start our open session with the approval of the agenda. Additions or deletions?
There's the one addition for the Schreiber Public Library Board. Committee of the whole of the business. Last page. Added in number 3.
Okay, any disclosures of interest this evening? We have no delegations. Resolution number 227-20, moved by Councillor Mullins, seconded by Councillor Stefuric, that the minutes of the Council and Committee of the Whole meeting held July 21st, 2020 be accepted as circulated. Favor? Thank you. Resolution number 228-20, moved by Councillor McGrath, seconded by Councillor Morrow, that the minutes of the special council meeting held July 28, 2020 be accepted as circulated. All those in favor? Okay, thank you. Resolution number 229-20, moved by Councillor Stefuric, seconded by Councillor Mullins, that Council approve the installation of a catch basin and sump at 216 Drummond Street at an approximate cost of $2,751.10, excluding applicable taxes. Those in favor? Carried. Thank you.
I'm just curious when that project may get off the ground.
This year, I believe.
SAP,
yeah.
or
It should. I don't know if Red has ordered the material yet or not. But
okay.
It's supposed to happen this year. Yeah. Resolution number 230-20, moved by Councillor Morrow, seconded by Councillor McGrath, that Council approve the expenditure request and approval to proceed from the Ontario Clean Water Agency for a vacuum truck to complete the clarifier cleaning in the amount of $5,372.93, including applicable taxes. All those in favor? Carried. Thank you. Resolution number 231-20, moved by Councillor Mullins, seconded by Councillor Stefuric, that Council approve the expenditure request and approval to proceed from the Ontario Clean Water Agency to complete hydrant flushing and valve exercising in the amount of $10,000, including applicable taxes. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Resolution number 232-20, moved by Councillor Morrow, seconded by Councillor McGrath, that council accept the proposal from Municipal Compliance Solutions in the amount of $1,000, excluding applicable taxes, for the review of the Township of Schreiber bylaw 88-26. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. These signatures might look a little funky, I can't see it. Resolution number 233-20, moved by Councillor Stefurek, seconded by Councillor Mullins, that checks issued on the general bank account in the month of July 2020 in the amount of $205,176.82 for general accounts payable be approved and ratified. All those in favor? Thank you. Resolution number 234-20, moved by Councillor McGrath, seconded by Councillor Mullins, that bank debits issued on the general bank account in the month of July 2020 in the amount of $54,240.81 for payroll be approved and ratified. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Resolution number 235-20, moved by Councillor Morrow, seconded by Councillor Stefurek, that bylaw 28-2020, being a bylaw to appoint a clerk and to rescind bylaw 43-2019, be given first, second, third, and final reading and enacted. All those in favor? Carried. Thank you. Resolution number 236-20, moved by Councillor Stefurek, seconded by Councillor McGrath, that bylaw 29-2020, being a bylaw to amend the execution of an agreement between the Township of Schreiber and Nathan Diaz for the position of Chief Administrative Officer Clerk, be given first, second, third, and final reading and enacted. All those in favor? Carried. Resolution number 237-20, moved by Councillor Mullen, seconded by Councillor Morrow. That bylaw 30-2020, being a bylaw to authorize the Township of Schreiber to enter into an agreement with Her Majesty the Queen in right of Ontario, as represented by the Minister of Agriculture, Food and Rural Affairs, Rural Economic Development Program, RED 5-09223, be given first, second, third, and final reading and enacted. All those in favor? Carried. Thank you.
So this will happen next summer?
I've
Yeah.
talked to the program administrators and let them know that we're putting the start date in July 2021.
Yeah, that's what it's, yeah.
Resolution number 238-20, moved by Councillor McGrath, seconded by Councillor Stafura. Bylaw 31-2020, being a bylaw to authorize the amendment of bylaw 21-2018, being a bylaw to authorize the Township of Schreiber to enter into an agreement with the Northern Ontario Heritage Fund Corporation under the Strategic Economic Infrastructure Program, file number 8100319, for implementation of the Schreiber North Shore Express and Discovery Center and downtown revitalization projects, be given first, second, third, and final reading and enacted. All those in favor? Carried. Thank you. So that brings to a close our council portion of the meeting. We'll move into the committee as a whole with our department reports. First, Director of Operations. Any questions on that?
First, there's the recommendation here that council declared the 580 case loader backhoe as surplus and to be put up for sale by bid.
So everybody all right with that?
Sure. Doesn't sound like it's any use to us at this point, right?
No, it's been sitting in the garage there.
What would be the value of that?
I have no idea. I guess once we declare it surplus, we can put a price on it.
Okay.
Any other questions on that?
Nope.
Move into the Economic Development Department report, updated pavilion drawing.
So the main thing here is to look at the updated drawings here. I'm looking to get again acceptance and approval from council to move these drawings to the next stage, and that's to get them tendered. So this is again really the last opportunity to make any changes with what's being offered. They can get it tendered as early as next week. Should we give the approval tonight?
Okay.
Anybody have any problems with those? Are you ready to go to tender? Okay, everybody fine with that?
Yep.
Okay, we'll go into the bylaw enforcement report. Any questions on that? Not too much there, eh? Pretty straightforward. Then we'll go into the rec programmer report, discarding of tech.
Another recommendation here, that council declare the outdated technology in the schedule attached as surplus, and for it to be approved for disposal at the landfill. Again, this is we did quite the cleanup of all our storage areas, and you wouldn't believe some of the old computers we found at this point. They're antiques. We did check to see if any of them had, any value in collectibles. Overall, though, that it just isn't the case. There's very specific criteria for something to fall under for it to be considered
No museum.
actually valuable.
Everybody okay with that then?
Incredible.
Yeah. And next then, the public library board meetings minutes. Any questions? Okay, then the next three are the aqua reports for the water and wastewater, water treatment plant work order summary, and work order summary for the wastewater. Any questions on either of those, any of those reports?
Not for me.
Okay,
I'm good.
okay, question period.
I have no questions.
We had no questions come from the public. Then we move into communications. Anything outstanding you'd like to talk on? See, the Superior North Catholic District School Board is selling their office. For anyone who's interested, I suppose.
We're good.
Okay, nothing under communications. Then we'll move into other business, the site plan control amendment bylaw.
Again, this is a amendment to the site plan control bylaw. This was something that we had passed, I think it was bylaw 2/2020, again earlier this year. And the whole point being, again, for site plan control is to, again, as was in that bylaw, have, again, that flexibility with regards to having a say in the development process for anything that may be really contentious. And part of what we wanted to add on to here again is the seasonal residential and Walker Lake properties, again pertaining to, again, waterfront. The distance from the waterfront has been a real, issue that's been brought up through proposed development this year. And currently, we don't have the site plan process mandated in order to do that. It is, again, something we're typically requesting, or we're saying we want anyone who's applying to prove where, how far, what's the distance, essentially prove it on paper where your development is going to be from the waterfront. So overall, it is that, let's just say, both for seasonal residential and Walker's Lake properties, the setback from the high water mark is supposed to be 100 feet. There is a amendment in the Walker Lake zone, which allows you to get an average between your adjacent left and right property, so to speak, and get a measurement in between. And ultimately, at the end of the day, it's while we, would like to see the site plans, we're just gonna put it, as a part of the development process to have it, again, put on paper, and, going forward, it would be, what do you say, far more easier if there was, again, a surveyor that could prove the, distance that this building is gonna be from the waterfront, just so that we, don't run into any issues with this, going forward again.
Any questions on that? Everybody fine with that? Okay, so we'll go to the zoning bylaw, 20-2014. About undersized lots, frontage or area amendment.
Again, this amendment is particularly going over section 5.32A and adding to that. So as a summary, section 5.32A basically states, where a lot of record having a lesser lot area and or lot frontage than that required herein is held under distinct and separate ownership from abutting lots as shown by a registered conveyance in the records of land of the Land Registry Office at the date of the passing of this bylaw, such smaller lot may be used and a building or structure may be erected, altered, or used on such smaller lot, provided that all other requirements of this bylaw are complied with. Basically, what that section there is saying, if you have basically if you're going to be developing something on, let's just say, a vacant lot, and this lot is smaller than the required size of the 2014 zoning bylaw, we're essentially allowing that lot to build that house on. You can still have that house built on that lot, even though it's smaller than the minimum size, because that lot was already small prior to the passing of the 2014 zoning bylaw. Now, the section that we're adding would be an addition to that section there, which says, nothing herein shall prevent a lot of record with lesser lot area and or frontage than required in this bylaw from being increased in size, provided that such increase does not in any way further reduce the compliance with any other provisions of this bylaw, where the resulting enlarged lot continues to have undersized frontage and or area, the relief status and rights bestowed by section 5.32A shall continue to apply. What this basically means is in situations where you have two smaller lot areas that are consolidated and still don't create the overall minimum lot area, we're basically saying we respect that the new lot created, even though it's a new lot that's going to be created, we're still giving it that kind of grandfathered status in terms of meeting the lot size. Because if you think about it logically, you have, I'll use an example, typical residential lot is 5,000 square feet minimum size. So when a new lot's being created, it has to be a minimum 5,000 square feet. Let's just say you're on a really old lot and your lot is 2,000 square feet, and you consolidate it with another lot that's 2,000 square feet. Now, both these two old lots joining together combined will become 4,000, which is less than the 5,000 that's required. So ultimately, we're saying that this is okay because it is meeting the general intent of the zoning by at least taking two really tiny lots out of the landmass there and creating a lot that's still, it may not be the full 5,000, but it's meeting the general intent of creating a larger lot size. So that's basically what this amendment here is doing.
Anything under 5,000 square feet is considered undersized?
Undersized going forward. Let's say someone comes up with a new subdivision plan, or if they wanted to sever an existing lot, let's just say they have a lot that's 10,000 square feet.
Right.
They can essentially only sever it down to two lots because their minimum lot size in the
Right.
residential zone is saying 5,000. So that's how it works.
Okay, yeah.
And then it's different up at Walker's Lake, correct?
Yes, so just as a rundown for minimum lot sizes.
There's different rules up there?
Yeah, so the rural zone has 10 acres minimum lot size. The residential R1 zone is 5,000 square feet. The seasonal residential zone is 2 acres. The residential Walker Lake zone, RW, is 2 acres. The mobile home park zone is 8 acres. General commercial, 6,000 square feet. Highway commercial is 12,500 square feet. Industrial is 12,000 square feet. Industrial extractive zone has no minimum size. Parks are as existing. And institutional is 6,000 square feet.
Okay.
2 acres, that's fairly large.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
It's 400 by 400.
It is fairly large.
I don't know if there's anything up there that big.
With it, it's basically all for any new lots that are being created have to be, and this is of course a vast difference in size in comparison to a lot of the existing, what do you say, RW properties right now, Walker Lake Residential, which are actually quite small lots. So this really, again, has an impact there.
But it's basically just trying to make it easier for people who do want to develop or do something, right?
Exactly. It's making sure that people can build larger homes, so to speak. Otherwise, in a lot of even the RW zones, it's you get like one of those half lots.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Nothing
to
but
do.
problem.
What can you really build there?
Yeah.
You need to join it.
Can't put a septic field on it.
Exactly.
It just creates problems.
Just build a house.
Yeah, so it's in order to give value to these half lots, whatever it is, so that people can actually join it up and build something.
There must have been a reason back in the day to have the small lots.
Yeah, there
I
must
guess
have
it made
been.
sense at the time.
Maybe thinking they can get more people
More
up there.
buildings or
Yeah.
more people, like you say, or more opportunities.
Any other questions on that then? Everybody's fine with that? Then number 3, I guess, is the Schreiber Public Library Board appointment. And there's a request here to appoint Chelsea Cole as a member of the board on the public library.
Yep.
Are you fine with that?
Yeah,
sounds
sounds
good.
good to me.
Very good. Welcome, Chelsea. Well, and then if there's nothing else, we are up for adjournment. So resolution number 239-20, moved by Councillor Stafuric, seconded by Councillor Mullins, that the meeting now adjourn at 7:31? 7:30 p.m. Very good. All those in favor? Carried, thank you. And thank you everyone for joining us this evening, and please stay safe.